the Know Your Gear podcast.
There's a lot of trends right now, okay, because everybody bought so many guitars during COVID, and everybody's trying to purge a little bit of the guitars and thin down the herds, so to speak. The term, I can't even see a listing of a guitar without somebody saying, thinning down the herd. So thinning down the herd. And a lot of videos lately I've watched saying, oh, I don't need so many guitars, and oh, you don't need so many guitars, and you need less stuff, and you need less stuff. And it's almost like this, like, oh, if you have a lot of guitars, you're hoarding stuff. And I'm like, what's funny about that is I'm not disagreeing with that statement entirely. What I am disagreeing with is that not everything is, I don't know how all these guys, screw it, I don't know how these assholes have all this cash. Like, I work hard. I've had a great job for a long time, but I have family. I have bills. I have $3,000 plumbing problems. When you fix stuff. New tires with a military discount recently. New tires, $1,300, right? 12 something, but it's close enough. So it's hard to just throttle out, for a dream guitar. So a lot of players that I've known, and again, I don't care what your financial status is and where you are in your journey, whether you've been doing this for 6 months or 6 years or 60 years, trading up is how musicians get guitars. It's how I sold guitars when I was store to musicians. They were trading all the time, trading up, trading out. I've done it for many years, buying something they don't love as much to get an experience of it. Like I said, this is close. It's close to the SG Junior to me. It's got the P90. It's got the vibe. It's got the neck, right? It's not the same. And I know it's not, but it was $700 in a store that I could do trades with. And what I traded off was $700 worth of stuff I didn't even care about. So this to me was like, I don't want to say free. It's not close to that, but it was, it was in exchange for stuff I didn't care about. And then my logic is this guitar is now a placeholder. It means one day I will get an SG Junior. I'm just not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry to be frivolous with my money or my time. I don't want to just order an SG Online Junior and pay top dollar for it. One day, like this guitar, like a lot of my guitars, I'll happen buy one, an opportunity for the guitar I want, and I will get it. Okay. And then I will sell this. And interestingly enough, I know the market's soft right now. I have no idea what this is worth, but I would imagine people will give me $700 for it, especially with the Lawler in it, right? I don't know. It's cool. So my point is that it's not about like you have to have every guitar. It's that sometimes you do buy up a bunch of guitars because the opportunities are right. Financially, it's a good trade. I do a lot of trading. Trading is it's because trading is in a hobby, because you're, like I said, a hobbyist is an informed consumer. That is what I like about having a hobby. I am constantly, like a lot of people, in situations where I have to buy stuff. I have no idea what the hell it is, and I'm relying on this person telling me what value it has. Like, in other words, if it's a good deal or not a good deal, oh, I need this fixed on my fence, and they give me a quote. I got to get 3 quotes because I got to figure out what it's worth. I don't need 3 quotes on a guitar. I know what guitars are worth. I know what pedals are worth. Like a lot of you, I'm an informed consumer because I'm a hobbyist. This is what I love to look at. I like to look at the prices. I like to look at stuff because I have an end goal in mind, and the end goal adjusts all the time. And what I mean by that is maybe in my head one day I pictured all my guitars would be hot pink, shredder guitars. Well, that isn't in my head anymore. I'm not that player anymore. So I've moved, I've changed. And so trading and adjusting and selling and buying is how you do it. I'm not selling and buying to make a living or make money. I'm selling and buying to acquire the things that I want, that I truly want. So like I said, sometimes you buy a guitar, it's called a placeholder guitar. You're like, this is good. It works for me. Sometimes it works in your favor. For instance, if you recently watched videos over the last 6 months, I bought a very expensive Rickenbacker that was very nice, but I didn't love it. So I sold it, and now I have a Dane Electro, which was a fraction of the price. But I know that, and a lot of you are like this too, I'm sure, if I got the Dane Electro, I would have played it thinking, wow, I love this. And if I love this, the Rickenbacker would be much better. So having the experience of the Rickenbacker gives me a kind of sense of I don't know what am I trying to say? A sense of no doubt. I don't have any doubt. I can play that Rickenbacker Sorry, I can play that Dane Electro 12-string behind me and know that it's a fantastic guitar. So My Knees Hurt says, I don't sell anything ever. That's great. My friend Ralph, as we know, doesn't sell anything either. That's just how he does stuff too. But it's, again, every decision, every choice is each person's. So like I said, I don't look at it as like, I don't need a lot of guitars. I don't look at it like having too many guitars that makes me play less. I don't play a lot of the guitars. This one has a lot of dust on it. That's why I wanted to show you the dust. I didn't want to tell you like, oh, I play this every day. I don't. I probably haven't seen it in 4 months because it's been in the closet because I don't need to sell it. And I know that it scratches the itch of having the SG Junior. And one day I'll probably have an SG Junior.
Today's episode of the Know Your Gear podcast is brought to you by Patreon members, channel members, and viewers who like and subscribe. Thank you for making this possible.